Yo, it's your boy Wes the Tech here to bring you another one of my personal favorite tech tips to help you as an artist grow in your craft. Now, today we're going to go over the biggest music distribution mistakes musicians make, all right? Now, if you're a recording artist who wants to know about the biggest mistakes that people make when choosing a music distribution company, then this is the perfect video for you, because in this video, I'm going to talk about some of those big mistakes so that you can avoid making those mistakes when you in fact pick your own music distribution company, all right? Now, before I continue, I definitely want to let you guys know about my free music business checklist that's available to download off of my website right now. This is for any one of you guys who's looking into starting your own music business, but don't quite know where to start. With this free tool, you'll actually be able to identify 3 things that you could do right away to start your own music business. So if you want to grab this free tool today, you can click on the link above. I'll also leave the link in the descriptions below, all right? Now, when it comes to choosing a music distribution company, it can be very, very difficult because obviously there's so many music distribution companies out there. But what I have noticed that there are certain mistakes that artists make when they're choosing music distribution companies. And when they make these mistakes, they end up having to look for another music distribution company because they're not considering these things before they actually choose which music distribution company to go with. So what I decided to do is I decided to create a video to really highlight those particular mistakes to help you avoid making those same mistakes when you're choosing your distribution company, all right? So to jump right into it, of course, when we're picking a music distribution company, the most important thing that we all look at is obviously the price, all right? The better the price, the more enticing it is for us to sign up with it, especially those music distribution companies that label free distribution, right? We love free stuff and we love affordable things. So when we're picking a music distribution company, pricing is one of the biggest factors. But what happens is a lot of times when you're only focusing on the pricing, you are subject to a lot of different things that you wouldn't normally want in a music distribution company because you're only focused on the price. So these are the mistakes that a lot of artists make when picking their music distribution company and when they're only picking it based off the price, all right? One of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of artists make is they don't look into the royalty splits before choosing which distribution company to go with. And what I mean by royalty split, for those of you who don't know what royalties are the income that you get paid as an artist when people are streaming your music, right? Every time your music gets streamed, whether on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Pandora, iHeart, all of those different things, you actually get paid a certain amount of money per stream. Those streams that get paid to you are called royalties. Now, here's the thing. When you're dealing with different music distribution companies, you have to understand that some of those companies do not pay you 100% of your royalties. Some of those companies actually take a percentage of your royalties as a commission. This is something that a lot of people don't look into when they're choosing a music distribution company. Newsflash, for those music distribution companies out there that offer free music distribution, 9 out of the 10 times, well, really 10 out of the 10 times, every single one of those companies that offer free distribution will be taking a commission cut off of your royalties. That's not something that they mention. All that they really talk about is free, and you hear the word free and you sign up for it. But what you're not paying attention to is the royalty splits and seeing what is the percentage that they're taking when it comes to your royalties. This is one of the big mistakes that I see a lot of artists make when picking a distribution company. And they're like, yo, I didn't know that they were taking a cut. I thought it was 100%. No. Some companies will take a percentage. It could be 15%, it could be 20%, it could be 10%. Some take as high as 30% of your royalties. It really depends on the music distribution company. But what you want to make sure that you do is you look into what is the actual royalty payout percentage before you sign up with the company. Trust me, this is one of those things that can have you looking for a different distribution company after you've already signed up for it. So always look into what the actual royalty splits are. All right. Now, the next big thing or big mistake that I notice artists do when picking a music distribution company is they don't pay attention to YouTube content ID. This is something that's very, very important for you to have as an independent artist when you're distributing your music, all right? To make a long story short, what YouTube Content ID essentially does is it protects your music when it comes to YouTube, all right? When people are using your music on YouTube, you could actually get paid for that. But your music has to be protected with YouTube Content ID first. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to explain in great detail what it is. Like I said, in simplest terms, it protects your music that is on YouTube. But if you want to know more information about YouTube Content ID, you can click on the link above. In that video, I explain more what YouTube Content ID is and why it is important to have. But trust me when I say this, this is something that whatever music distribution company you pick has to have. This is a non-negotiable, even a non-negotiable. I think I said that right? It's a non-start. If they don't have it, do not sign up with them. Even if you don't know what it is yet, trust me, it's very, very important. Watch the other video so you can understand what YouTube Content ID is. It's one of those things that you have to make sure that you get, right? Some music distribution companies out there do not offer it. And you'll find yourself leaving that company after you've already signed up with it because you weren't paying attention to whether they had it or not. So this is another mistake that I'm bringing to you guys' attention to make sure that you're looking into before you sign up with the music distribution company, all right? The next thing that you want to look into when it comes to signing up with the music distribution company, and this is another mistake that people make, is they don't look into release dates and how soon your release date can be and whether you could actually pick your release date or not. Release dates is a big thing. Some music distribution companies out there won't let you pick a release date. They will release it once they release it. It could take up to 3 days, 5 days, a week, whatever the case may be. But when you as an artist cannot pick your own release date, that means that you cannot properly promote your music, right? We've seen so many artists that say, this Friday, my album is dropping. This Friday, my single comes out. Well, guess what? The only reason they're able to do that is because they're able to pick their release date. Now, if you cannot pick your release date, you can't even promote your music properly. You can't even let people know what day it's going to come out because you're not going to know what day it comes out. It's literally going to come out whenever they decide to get it to all the different stores. Believe it or not, there are plenty of distribution companies out there that won't allow you to pick your own release date. This is a mistake that a lot of artists make because they choose the company and they don't even realize that that company won't let them choose the release date. And again, they end up finding themselves canceling it. You're going to see a recurring theme with all of the different things that I'm talking about because these are things that I have heard from other artists. These are reasons that I've seen other artists start looking for other distribution companies because they didn't know that they couldn't choose their release date and they need to be able to choose their own release date. So guess what they have to do? Take all their music down from one distributor and move to another distributor that allows them to pick their release date. So when picking a music distribution company, make sure you're looking into if you could choose your own release dates. If you cannot, it is not a good music distribution company for you. All right. So that is another thing that you have to look into. That's another big mistake that I see a lot of artists make when choosing a distribution company. All right. Now, the next thing is one of those things that people, I say a very small amount of people ever look into. Right. But this is something that's also extremely, extremely important. And that is the payout schedule. Right. We already talked about royalties earlier. Now we're talking about payout schedule, which means when do you actually get paid when your royalties are collected by them, right? Believe it or not, it is not real time. Meaning that if someone listens to your music today on Spotify, you're not going to get paid today for it, right? Different distribution companies have different days that they pay out, meaning that some take 3 months to pay out the royalties. Some take 6 months to pay out the royalties. There are some distribution companies out there that don't pay out anything until after the first year that you are with them. That is a real thing, right? What that means is you're not going to know when you're actually getting paid for your streams, and that's very, very important to know. It's important to know how much time it's going to take for you to get paid for said streams. You're looking at your stats and you see, man, I got 1,000 streams. You're calculating how much you're getting paid, but you don't actually know when they're actually going to pay you out. This is something that you need to look into as well. This is one of those things that artists don't typically look into, but you have to make sure that you look into it, because this is one of those things, again, I've seen artists cancel with certain distributors and move to others because of how long it takes for them to get paid for their music. Some distribution companies out there pay you a week after the stream. Some claim that they pay it same day. I've never dealt with any distribution company that does, but there are some out there that claim that they pay out same day, right? But there's different time frames. It could be from same day all the way to a year before you get your first payment. This is obviously something that you want to know before signing up, and it's probably something that you may not even be thinking about before you sign up with it. All right. So that is another big mistake that I've seen artists make when choosing a distribution company, not looking into that. All right. Now, the final big mistake that I'm going to go over kind of surrounds everything, right? Everything that we discussed so far falls in the category of this last thing that I feel like independent artists do not do. And that is, artists do not research the music distribution company before signing up with them. This is the most egregious thing that you could do. This is the reason why you may not know what the royalty payouts are. This is the reason why you may not know if it has you, or if they offer YouTube content ID or not. This is the reason why you may not know if you could choose your release dates. This is the reason why you may not know the payout schedule. Why? Because you're not doing enough research on the distribution company before signing up with them. And what I mean by research is, I mean actually looking into all of these things, looking into their terms and conditions. How many times have we just scrolled down the terms and conditions and just hit I agree just because we just want to distribute our music and move on, right? Those terms and conditions lay out all the different things that I mentioned. It lays out what commission they may be getting, all of those different things. Take your time and read the terms and conditions so you understand what you're getting yourself into. There are certain music distribution companies out there that are really record labels disguised as a music distribution company. And in their terms and conditions, they literally let you know that they are a record label and that they have a right to your music the same way you do, because they are a label. They're labels disguised as music distribution companies. Why? Because record labels can distribute music for artists. These are things that can be hidden in the terms and conditions that you may not even be aware of, which is why it is super, super important to do your research. Because, of course, there's plenty of people on YouTube who, talk about these different distribution companies, who make review videos on them. I'm one of them, but I'm not the only one, right? If you want to know about DistroKid, check out those videos. If you want to know about TuneCore, check out the video. Symphonic, right? Deezer, or not Deezer, but Lander, right? Fresh Tunes, right? Root Note, I've made videos on so many music distribution companies. I've made videos. Every time I hear about a new one, I do the research and make a video about it, because I know that people aren't doing enough research, right? So ultimately, everything boils down to you as an artist. Make sure that you're doing the due diligent research to look into the music distribution company before you sign up with it. That is the biggest mistake that I see a lot of musicians and artists make before choosing a music distribution company. They're not doing enough research, which means that they don't know what the royalty splits are. They don't know their payout schedule. They don't know if they can pick their release date. They don't know if the distributor has YouTube content ID, all of those different, and they don't know all of the other things. Sometimes they don't even know what stores that they actually distribute to. Some places don't distribute to all the streaming platforms. Some only distribute to a couple. You're not going to know this unless you research it. So bottom line is, make sure you are properly researching the distribution company before you decide to sign up with them, because you can find yourself removing all of your music from one and transferring all the way to another because you didn't do enough research and look into that distribution company before you actually signed up with them. And sometimes you may lose your play count. Sometimes you may lose your stream count, right? Sometimes you may not even get paid royalties at all, right? There's so many different things that could happen to you with these different distribution companies. So the most important thing is to look into it thoroughly before you decide to sign up with it. I make tons of videos about music distribution. I even give my own recommendations on music distribution companies. Make sure you guys look into those videos as well. Always check my videos out because my videos are all based on proper research. All right. But again, I'm not the only one. There are other people or YouTubers out there who do the same thing that I do, who actually review different distribution companies. They look into them. They tell you the pros and the cons, so on and so forth. Watch those videos, but make sure you're checking it out yourself. Make sure you're going into the terms and conditions and going through it yourself. All right. But that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the biggest mistakes that I see that artists and musicians make when they're picking a music distribution company. And again, I just ultimately want you guys to not make those same mistakes. I've seen so many artists who DM me on IG or comment on my videos letting me know of issues that they are having with certain music distribution companies. Some of the issues that I've already talked about. And I've already made videos explaining that this is going to be an issue if you distribute with them. But they never saw my video and they'd never done enough research. They sign up with them, they release their music, and now they're having maybe a payout issue. And now they're DMing me if I can help them, but I can't. There's nothing I could do about it because I'm not the company. I know that this is an issue with the company. All I could do is be proactive and let you guys know about it in advance. But if you're not looking into the videos and doing the research yourself, I can't do anything after the fact because I don't distribute with them. I'm not in business with those companies because I know they're not good companies. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just make sure you guys are doing the right research, guys, because I don't want a music distribution company to be a roadblock to your music career. I don't want a music distribution company to hinder your success as an independent artist. I'm all about helping independent artists grow in their craft, and picking the wrong music distribution company can truly stunt your growth. All right. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's what this video was about. Of course, if you guys have any comments or have any additional questions in regards to this, please leave comments in the comment section below, because like I said, I'm here to help you guys as an independent artist. All right. Now, of course, before I let you guys go, I want to let you guys know about my book here, The 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. This is for any one of you guys who's seriously looking into starting a music career because you're just sick and tired of that 9-to-5 job and you just want to do music full time. I'm one of those people. I've been doing music full time for years now, and I still remember the day that I decided to quit my job and never have a boss again, because all I do now is make music and live off of my music. If you want to put yourself in a position to do the same thing, you need to grab this book. It's the 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. It lays out the same 13 steps that I took to put myself in a position to do music full time. And with this book, you can put yourself in a position to do the same thing. There's an ebook version of it that you can literally download today and start reading, Or if you want the paperback version, that's the paperback behind me. You could grab that and it'll be mailed over to you, and you could look into it and start your true journey today to start your own music business. All right. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's what this video was about. I hope that you guys pay attention and look into those things before you sign up with the music distribution company. But ultimately, I hope that moving forward, you guys start researching the music distribution company before you sign up with them. All right. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this video helped, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
I'm feeling like David. Can't nobody slay me. I feel like Moses. Big Moses. Can't nobody hold me. I'm feeling like Daniel. Big Daddy. Can't nobody face me.